Welcome to Refuse to Lose. My name is Joe Jordan. I am your host today. Today, we're going to dig into the NBA and talk about the top 5 small forwards entering the NBA season that's coming up next month. Before we do that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you know what to do. Enjoy the rest of the show. So my top 5 small forwards entering the NBA season. Before we get into that, Kawhi Leonard is not on this list only because his injury is for the season. He will not play most of the season, so I'm not going to include him in the top 5. So we're going to take him out. But at number 5, we have Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Butler. Last year, Jimmy Butler averaged 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He had a career high in rebounds last year. His last 2 years since being in Miami, he had career highs in assists. And he led the league last year in steals, leading the league with 2.1 steals a game. He's also a great teammate. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody can see it. When he's since being in Miami, they elevated their game since being there. Of course, as you saw his first year there, they went to the NBA Finals. Then last year, I think he missed about 20 games last year, and they went 7-13 without him. He was out due to COVID. And then when he came back, they started going to winning streak and ended up being a middle of the pack in the playoffs, right? So also, what I think he can increase and do better in is his three-point shooting. I mean, since he's been in Miami, he's been a terrible three-point percent shooter, a terrible three-point shooter. I think he only averaged 2 threes a game he shot, right? Last 2 years being in Miami, he's been shooting 24% from 3. That's the worst he shot since his rookie year, all right? So that's one thing he can improve. But like I say, he's a great teammate. He makes his teammates better. And also, like I said, he was 21, 7-7 last year. He's become a better rebounder and a better passer since being in Miami. So I had Jimmy Buckets at number 5. Now, at number 4, I had Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum at number 4. So let's talk about him. Last year, he averaged 26 points, 7 rebounds, right, 4 assists. The Celtics, they had a lot of injuries last year. Kemba Walker in and out like always. And Jaylen Brown towards the end of the season, he missed some games, right? So Jason Tatum had career highs across the board last year. He had career highs in points, rebounds, and assists last year. And then without Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown missed the end of the season, he elevated his game and averaged 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. So what I like about Jason Tatum was his performance against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, he averaged 30 against the Brooklyn Nets, and that includes one game he had 40 points, another game he had 50 points. But that's the problem. He had 40 points and 50 points, but he only averaged 30. The problem with Jason Tatum is he's not aggressive all the time. I don't know why he's not aggressive. You look at the first 2 games against Brooklyn. He played 40 minutes in the first game, only scored 22 points. And he also, the second game, he played 21 minutes, scored 9 points. Obviously, he played 21, goes a blowout. Maybe it was a blowout because he only scored 9 points. So he has to be more aggressive. He's not aggressive enough. So, but I still have him at number 4, and he is well deserved. So at number 3, I have playoff P, y'all. Paul George. Playoff P. Let's talk about Paul George. Last year in the regular season, he averaged 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Right? The 7 games without Kawhi Leonard in the regular season, he averaged 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. So he elevated his game once Kawhi was in the lineup. But the thing is, in the playoffs, he stepped up big time. In the playoffs, he stepped up. Once Kawhi Leonard got hurt, Playoff P showed up. Playoff P averaged 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists while playing over 40 minutes every single game except for one. The 2 games, he was 2 games away from the finals. That man was balling. He was balling. So, and while doing that, he was a two-way player. Not saying he's the greatest defender like he was before, but he still played some great defense, right? So he's a two-way player. So not only he's good on the defensive side, he's great on the offensive side, all right? So he had a great performance in the playoffs. So I got playoff P at number 2, and number 3. And plus, coming into the season without Kawhi Leonard, you guys will see his game elevate. Remember what he did this last season without Kawhi Leonard. He was an MVP candidate, so don't forget about that, all right? So, at number 2, I'm pretty sure you guys already can guess that. It's LeBron James. I mean, it's not a lot to say about LeBron James because he's proven, he's consistent. Last year, yeah, it was 25, 7, and 7. I mean, that's automatic. You could count 25, 7, and 7 for LeBron every single year. But LeBron is valuable because think about this. He got hurt last year. I think he only played 45 games last year. Before he got hurt, there was first of all, he was second in the MVP race behind Joel Embiid, and they were the third seed, sitting at 28 and 15. He gets hurt. The Lakers go 12 and 15 without LeBron. He comes back into the lineup. Guess what? They in the play-in tournament. They're the 7th seed. So LeBron is super valuable at the age he is right now, and he's super consistent. He's really durable, except for the last 3 years. He suffered 2 injuries that actually slowed him down. But LeBron James, I have my number 2, and I think there's no question. The previous people the previous people I named before LeBron, they're not on these top 2 people's level. The top 2 people in the small forward category are on a different level. These are the greatest in the game right now. And last but not least, number 1 person, yeah, you guessed it, it's KD. It's Kevin Durant. All right. So think about this. Kevin Durant last year, he averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Now look, y'all, this is the crazy thing about Kevin Durant. He tore his Achilles. That's the worst injury you can have in the NBA. And after he tore in the finals and missed the whole regular season. And then he comes back, he gets hurt again in the season. And guess what he did last year? After going through that, people don't come back the same. You realize that people don't come back the same after that. KD didn't look like he missed a step, missed a beat. Last year, right? He shot 53% from the field. That tied his career high. And he shot 45% from 3. That was his career high. You go into the playoffs. He averaged 34 points in the playoffs. That's a career high. He averaged 9 rebounds in the playoffs. That's a career high. 1.6 blocks in the playoffs. That's a career high. 1.5 steals in the playoffs. That's a career high. While playing 40 minutes per game. Guys, this is unheard of. After the torn Achilles, right? He tore his Achilles and he came back and did this. So those are great numbers. But think about what he did against the Bucks. Against the Bucks alone, he averaged 35 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 50% from the field, by playing 42 minutes a game. After the torn Achilles heel. Like, come on, man. And then you look at without Kyrie, because Kyrie, remember, they was beating the brace off the Bucks. And then Kyrie got hurt. After Kyrie got hurt, he elevated his game at another level. He averaged 43 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. I mean, come on, y'all. He's clearly the best small forward in the league. He's clearly the best player in the league. All right, so, I mean, those are my top 5 small forwards entering the NBA season. All right, so thank you for staying to the end. Right, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next episode. Great job. You made it to the end. I really appreciate that. You made it to the end. Now, before you leave this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell also so you can be notified when we drop our next video. And lastly, make sure use the comment section. Put your comments down. Tell me what you think about this topic we just went over. Tell me your comments, your opinions, and maybe we can have a chat debate in the comments. So I appreciate you guys for staying, and I'll see you at the next show.